Hello and welcome to the third part of the mini-series with the Red Carnation Hotel Collection. I visited the Montague on the Gardens, and in this episode, I spoke to James, the front of house manager. We explore the hotel, going around the rooms and the different suites to learn more about its features, the technology, and the services. Learn about the interiors and renovations and what goes into it, the in-room technologies and the guest services, and how the hotel provides personalised concierge. You can check out the other episodes with Arietta, the hotel manager, and also Molly Peel, the social media manager, all on travelmarket.life.
Hoteliers' Voice from Travel Market Life, exploring opportunity in hospitality with Ryan Haynes. Hear from the people making a difference, from revenue to operations, marketing to digitalization. Learn the thinking behind their decisions.
James, you're going to be showing me the rooms.
Absolutely.
What's your title here?
I'm the front of house manager here, so I deal with reception, concierge, the nights team, the doormans, the porters, the whole front of house team.
Oh, fantastic. So how long have you been at the hotel?
I've been at the hotel for 3.5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, I worked elsewhere, so I'm the rarity in Red Carnation. Most Red Carnation managers grow up within Red Carnation.
Yeah.
I'm one of the rare ones that came from outside.
Where did you come from?
Originally, the Cavendish
Okay, yes.
was where I was trained as a duty manager and where I did a lot of my young hoteliering.
Yeah.
Was at the Cavendish London, and then I did an independent or two, and then finally wound up here just after COVID.
So how old were you when you got into hotels?
So I studied at MMU up in Manchester to do hospitality management, and I think I got my first hotel job when my first hospitality job. I was 17. I was a pot washer.
Okay, like we all start,
I
yeah.
was probably the worst pot washer. As soon as I turned 18, I was allowed to move into the bar,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I fell in love with the guest interaction side of things. That's really what got me hooked. Is I get to come to work and just talk to people all day.
And so you did your degree,
Did my degree, yeah.
and then you started, what was your role after that?
I started in reception. So I started as a receptionist,
Yeah.
and then a night manager. Did night manager for a little while, and then duty manager, and then front office, front of house.
Fantastic. And so what was it? Was it that first bar experience that really sort of captivated you in having a career in hospitality then?
Yes, I mean it's. I would come to work and I would never know who I'm going to speak to, what I'm going to have to do. It was just while the work itself was relatively straightforward, the dealing with the people was the bit that really got me. It was you could have this person, that person, any character from anywhere in the world telling you any story, and it was just the ability to it didn't feel like work to me. It felt fun. I get to come to work and just talk to people, and I enjoyed that. I had tremendous fun doing it. So I thought to myself, I could do this forever. Jumped headfirst in, and I sort of fell in love with reception in the front of house because of the technical intricacies that go along with it, the systems that you have to then combine with the service, all the administrative work that goes there, along with the service skills. You need to. It was fascinating to me. It uses sort of two halves of your brain. It's almost like problem solving and personal skills all rolled into one. And I just sort of fell in love with that aspect of it.
Take a second then just to explore that around the systems side of things.
Yeah.
Tell me about the systems you're interacting on a daily basis and how it helps you.
So we use our primary PMS system. We use Opera Cloud.
Yeah.
We've recently installed Opera Cloud. That's just over a year now. And that's a fantastic system. Obviously brand new, all cloud based. And one of the great things about Opera Cloud is it lets you interface with so many different systems. So it's almost like for me as a front of house manager, it's almost like kid in a candy store. I can now start selecting what I want to do and where I want to do and how I want to use it. And when we put the system in place, we really made sure we built it around a modern hospitality procedural model. To make sure that we are enhancing all of our staff members' abilities to speak with guests, and we're making the admin work as easy as possible, as making it flow. So we've got Opera Cloud, which is the primary PMS system. We then have a new app which we're developing called Hotel Manager with the guys from Hotel Manager. We're implementing their app. They're building that into not just, it's primarily a room service, an in-room service application, so you can order room service from your phone. But it's being developed out to do so much more. It's going to be able to do pre-arrival, so guest pre-arrival, so preferences pre-arrival. So as soon as you get the confirmation from out of Opera, you get this link, you go on, you select, I would like this type of pillow, I'd like this yoga mat in my room, I want a room facing this way, doing this, or all the different preferences that it allows us to collect that information a lot more easily and from a lot more people. Allows them to pre-register. So to put their details in, making the check-in flow a little bit smoother, a little bit easier, a little bit more easy, just on the whole process, and sort of put people at rest. And it gives them all the information about the hotel. So all the restaurants we have, all the bars we have, contact for our concierge team who can then help them with anything outside the hotel. So we've got that. That's being implemented. It's implemented here at the Montague and is being rolled out to the rest of our Carnation very, very soon, within the next month or two. So that's in play there. We've got obviously Symphony, the F&B side of Oracle of the PMS solution that works very harmoniously with Opera. So all the charges can move back and forth seamlessly. It's these systems that are sort of designed to all talk to each other.
Absolutely. And you mentioned the administration side of things. I mean, no one likes it really, do we? Don't like a bit of interdata input. We try to avoid that as much as possible.
We'd like to avoid data inputs. I mean, when guests put data down, it's important that it's secured, it's saved securely. Obviously, we don't want to be flippant with guest data at all. That has to be taken very seriously. But also that it's stored and it's remembered, because guests want their data to be stored securely, but at the same time, they don't want to be putting it in every time they come back. Red Carnation is blessed. We have a lot of repeat guests. In fact, I would say more than half of our guests are repeat guests. Almost everybody who's been here comes back in some form or manner. And they don't want to be typing this in every time they come back. When you have such a loyal following from your guests, you need to remember this type of thing, and you need to remember their preferences. You need to remember everything. And that is what these systems are designed to do for us. Rather than us remembering it in our head, which is the very old school way of doing it, or typing in endless traces and adding things and so on, or keeping books and so on, that's all gone. This is all now stored. And the great thing about this new system is it's not just stored for the Montague, it's stored for all of Red Carnation. It connects to the hotel. So if you were to go stay in our property in Botswana, in Kidra, and you tell them there that you like hypoallergenic bedding and that you prefer that, for your stay. When you come to stay here at the Montague, I'm going to see that on your profile. I'm going to make sure I action that before you don't even have to ask. It's done. It's there. And it sounds relatively straightforward and relatively simple, but it's such an important step. It's such an important thing for us to do, is to connect all of the hotels and to connect everything. So all that data gathering that we spend so much time doing is shared and is actioned without the guest being inconvenienced in any way.
Where are we heading now?
We're just going to touch very briefly on the guest journey when they arrive, and then we'll follow that through up into the rooms. So yes, we come through the lobby here, warmly greeted by the concierge team and doorman team. Of course, the service will start. I mean, the service starts from the second you interact with the company, but from the hotel perspective, it starts as soon as you set foot on the pavement outside. Somebody to whisk the bags up in here, greet somebody in. Obviously, personal interaction is very important to us. So the guest names, make sure we're collecting the name, not having to pass that on to the reception team as subtly as humanly possible, ushered through and then brought through to the reception desk here. The luggage, we like to say the luggage is taken to one side and is put up separately. We like to, so the guests don't have to be carrying anything. The boys will take care of that. And then we go through the check-in procedure here at the desk. It's designed to be as efficient as possible. So our registration cards are no longer paper. They're all done on a tablet, on an iPad.
Great. Okay.
So we have a system there that you put your details in on the iPad. So it means that my guys don't have to spend an hour and a half in the afternoon copying this into the system. They can then spend that time dealing with guests and trying to do something else.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So that's all automatically populated across. We've interfaced our payment system. So the payment system is interfaced with Opera, which means there's never any errors when it comes to how much we're billing people. That cuts down on human error there, or eliminates human error there. The same with the keys. The key system is integrated into Opera as well. So there's never any mistakes when it comes to that. It just eliminates all human error out of that. It makes it perfect every time. So as I said, once the reception process is finished, we move through. We do what we call the rooming. It's a very commonplace in hotels. So one of the porters, one of the receptionists, one of the managers, anybody really, I've seen the GM do them, to be perfectly frank, in some cases. We take them through and we'll show the guests all of the facets. So what area to show you this morning. So we'll come and we'll go up to the rooms.
Wasn't expecting that. Wow.
So this is what we refer. This is a garden view junior suite specifically. We refer to them colloquially as one of the red rooms. I'm sure you can appreciate why.
Yeah.
All the red fabric on the walls. I have two just like this. The important thing to understand about the Montague and Red Carnation hotel rooms is pretty much all of them are different.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very unlikely you'll find two rooms that are identical. In fact, it's almost impossible. So it's a separate room type, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at it, you've got it in doubles, kings, and junior suites. You can book them as a garden view.
And some of these have names.
So the suites have names, the rooms do not, as a general rule. So this is a master suite. And the Lord, as you can see, the Lord suite. So as you walk through the building, some of them have name plaques, and these are our suites. They have named. The suites are named. So the master suites are our highest category. That's not a specific room in its own right. We have 6 of these, if I'm not mistaken. All master suites have king beds. Obviously, they all come with the highest quality linens, as all of our rooms do. The master suites we have different features. Like I said, all the rooms are different, but we have master suites with walk-in showers, master suites with tubs, master suites with both. They're all duplex rooms, so they all come with a separate seating and living area. And obviously, they all come with an ensuite bathroom. All the suites have the coffee machine. They have obviously the tea and coffee making facilities. We have again, we try to integrate as much technology as we can. The TVs are all smart TVs. They've all got Chromecast features, so you can Chromecast your own movie library. Most tourists don't really need that, but and some of the corporate travel prefer it, and some of the children's people traveling with children, they like to have something they can put on.
So when it comes to in-room tech or in-room services, you said you had the app that's being developed. Is that correct?
Yes. So it's still developing. We're still adding bits to it, but I like to think of the technology side of hotels now is ever changing. I don't think we're ever going to come to a point where we say that's finished. I think we're always going to be trying to add things on. Technology in the world changes so fast that we need to keep up with it.
And you have in-room phones.
We have in-room phones. We actually are upgrading that system as well. In 14 days, it's planned. It's the installation plan for brand new phones in every single room. So the entire phone system and phone network will change within the building as well. Obviously, a lot of guests don't like using apps. Some guests like to call them. They like to speak to a person. So we're going to cater for that as well. Make sure we have the phones up and running.
Is there any difference in the reason why you're upgrading?
Just to keep us up with modern times, really. Yeah. I mean, these particular phones, the old ones run through copper cabling. The new ones will be VoIP. It just makes it clearer, easier. I said more future-proof, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Allows it to talk to the new systems better, easier. They would, without glitches, without issues. It just makes everything just that more more seamless.
And the handsets, will they remain the same, or are they
new handsets? They'll be upgraded as well. So new handsets.
Wonderful. So this is a master suite. Good Lord. What am I yet to expect through this door? I feel like it's a bit like, the Chronicles of Narnia, the Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe. What lies behind?
Well, I'm not going to spoil it, but it is different to the one we've just seen. I can tell you that.
Okay.
So the master suites are our highest category. That's not a specific room in its own right. We have 6 of these, if I'm not mistaken. All master suites have king beds. Obviously, they all come with the highest quality linens, as all of our rooms do. The master suites, we have different features. Like I said, all the rooms are different, but we have master suites with walk-in showers, master suites with tubs, master suites with both. They're all duplex rooms, so they all come with a separate seating and living area, and obviously they all come with an ensuite bathroom. And then yes, you can see the different artwork. Again, artwork like the fabric is different in every room. You won't find the same painting too many times. All the furniture is each room has different furniture. It's all selected. Most of it is all antique furniture. Some not. We do get some that are made for us, but the vast majority of it is all antique. We do prefer to send things for repair rather than replace, if at all possible.
So much character in doing that.
Absolutely.
And, the high-end materials you're using with the marble as well just brings it all. As you say, it just feels that it's something that really can last. It feels like you can just really relax into this space.
Absolutely.
And appreciate it. There's so much detail to look at in every single room I've been in so far. And as I say, the suites are phenomenal. But how recently were these renovated, upgraded, or are they sort of thing that it really hangs around for quite some time?
Yes, well, they do hang very well. They do last very well. And this particular one, I'm not sure the exact date, but we have a rolling renovation schedule. So every year we renovate. I think this year we did 20 odd rooms up on the 3rd floor, I believe.
And how many rooms do you have here at this hotel?
101.
Oh wow! Okay. Wouldn't think it from outside.
No, it's deceptively large.
And then you have obviously Wi-Fi throughout.
We do, absolutely. So we have secure Wi-Fi network throughout the entire building. Good Wi-Fi, very, very. We run a lot of systems need to run off Wi-Fi these days anyway, in order for things to work. So it's one of the most important things that we do, all taken care of by our IT team. So. Yeah.
Do you know if you have a separate one for operations, another one for guests?
We do have two simultaneous Wi-Fi networks running side by side. One is an open network and one is a closed network. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say it's more operations and guests. It's more in-house guests and non-residents, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. The open network would tend to be used by F&B, people walking to the F&B facilities, afternoon tea and beach bar and so on and so forth. Whereas the secure network is, as a generalized rule, used more by the guests. Another thing I always like to point out, every single room will always have a full-length mirror. It's one of the things that when I first started in hotels, I used to get so many complaints, particularly from women, saying, "You have no full-length mirror. How am I supposed to get dressed and get ready?" Every single room has that full-length mirror. It's a piece of advice that was given to us as hoteliers years and years and years ago, and some people still never listened. But every single room has that exact full-length mirror for that purpose. with an outlet nearby if somebody wanted to use their hairdryer in the mirror. It's just little things, listening to these little things and making the room as easy to use as possible.
Yeah. Great stuff, James. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.
And that concludes the tour of the rooms.
That concludes the tour of the rooms.
Absolutely brilliant. So thank you very much for that tour. Really insightful. Really found it interesting about how you sort of manage the rooms and what the guests experience and the technology you're using behind it. I guess, are there any other sort of facilities in the hotel or aspects of the hotel that you'd like to highlight?
We have our concierge team, which I don't think gets talked about enough, but they should really be talked about. We have a gold key concierge team, so 3 members of Le Clé d'Or on my 4-man concierge team who can find you whatever you need.
Tell us a bit more about what does a concierge at this hotel do and is expected from the guests?
What the concierge do here, what my concierge team do, they will recommend things that they have personally tried for a start. They have been there, they've spoken to the owners, they've tried the product, they know what they're recommending. So that's the first thing they're going to do, is they're going to do their research a little bit more than the internet would do. And they're going to handle the whole process for you. So if you come downstairs and you said to Mustafa, our head concierge, nearly 26 years he's been doing this in this hotel, so he's been here for quite some time. He knows everybody in the area, he knows everything. So if you come down and say, Mustafa, I'm really looking for an Indian restaurant this evening, I'm really feeling in the mood for some Indian food tonight, and I've got some friends coming. Not only is he going to be able to recommend a restaurant, he's going to place the booking for you, and he's going to liaise at your meeting with friends, and you're going to make sure that it's the reservation is looked after properly by the restaurant. And that's the difference between just booking something on OpenTable and trusting the website to do it and having a concierge to do it. We don't have butlers in this hotel, but our concierge will do as much of the butler servicing as we can do, shoe shining, rooming, anything else like that. If you need something picked up, dropped off, posted, anything, they'll do all those little tasks for you. They'll act almost like little assistants. If you need their help, if you've got postcards that you want to send home, they'll take care of it for you. If you need to get something for if you need your shoes cleaned, your shirt ironed, you need emergency laundry, you need a hairdresser, you've forgotten your cufflinks and you go into a black tie event that evening, they will sort it out for you. That's what they do, and that's what I think's been overlooked with concierges in the last few years. They are very good at just making things happen.
What happens with sort of recognition of staff and tipping at this hotel? What is that something that has really pretty much died away? Or
so, tipping is an interesting one. You're right. Most people don't carry cash, and the cash tip culture is I wouldn't say dead, but it's on its way out. People don't tend to do that. That being said, the electronic tip is still very much alive. You walk into a restaurant, they have 12.5 or 15% or 10% or whatever it is, service charge added on bills. And a lot of hotels have started doing that as well, including us. So we do have a discretionary, and it's all completely discretionary, service charge on the room's bills here. So it runs through at £15 per night. And a lot of people ask us why we didn't include it inside the rate, or why we didn't just hide it. But it's very important to us that it is optional. We pride ourselves on our service, and we wouldn't want anyone to be paying for service if they weren't satisfied with the service. It's sort of a point of pride with us, is that it is optional. You can take it off if you're dissatisfied with it, you can take the service off. Most people don't, thankfully. We do our jobs well enough that most people elect to leave it on.
And finally, James, for someone who has come from teenagehood right up to now in your position through British hospitality and hotels, what would you say to hotel leaders about trying to encourage a new generation to come into hospitality if they're born and bred British?
Great question. For me, it's about getting a message across. This is a fun job. This is an exciting job. This is interesting. You meet some of the most incredible people from all over the world. You work with some of the most incredible colleagues, and it's fun. That's what hooked me, is that it's not boring. It's not humdrum. It's not going to an office every day, coming home, going to an office. It's an exciting, no two days are the same. It's about showing the younger generations that this can be an exciting, interesting profession, encouraging them to maybe take on grad schemes if they're coming out of university, to give it a try, just give it a go and see how they feel. Because a lot of people, I find, once they get into it, actually find they love it. And people have they're somehow got this perception in their heads that they don't want to do it before they've ever tried it.
So on a personal note, I've actually got my 14-year-old nephew who's going to be doing some work this summer in a hotel.
Fantastic.
Very young. He's going to be working on events. But what sort of advice would you give him?
Always say yes. So, if someone's got a task for you, put your hand straight up. I'll do it. I'll jump straight in. Try and experience as many things as you can.
Excellent. James, thank you very much indeed. It was a pleasure speaking to you today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's my pleasure.
Well, that concludes our mini-series with the Red Carnation Hotel Collection. Thank you ever so much to Susie Thompson for setting this all up, as well as to my interview guests, Molly Peel, James, and Arietta, who took me on a tour of the fabulous building, the Montague on the Gardens. If you're wanting to take part, please get in contact. I'd love to hear about a hotel and meet your team. Coming soon will be a mini-series with Porto Bay Hotels, where I'll be visiting the Madeira Islands. For the latest, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter. Simply visit the website travelmarket.life and you'll get exclusive invites to our events. You can also follow us on LinkedIn, where we publish the latest episodes. I'm your host, Ryan Haynes. Thanks for listening.
For more, go to Travel Market Life. The music Sensation by Zach Nelson is reproduced under license from Storyblocks. Travel Market Life is a Haynes Marcoms digital marketing agency production, serving the travel and technology industries.